Welcome to season
1, 2, 3, 4, 5
of Meet the Drapers, the world's largest international business plan competition.
We're going global.
We traveled the globe, scouring the US, India, Taiwan, Portugal, Canada, and Brazil for their best and brightest entrepreneurs.
This is amazing.
Every week, these entrepreneurs will compete against their countrymen for a chance to make it to our international semi-finals and then on to finals to compete for a $1 million investment from Tim Draper himself.
The crystal ball ultimately chooses.
But here's the twist. Your favorite business eliminated too early? Vote them back into the finale to get a second chance in front of judges Tim,
This could be quite a thing.
Polly,
It's kind of exciting to people.
and Bill Draper,
That's a real plus in this case.
as well as their VIP guest judges. Let the games begin.
We're funding heroes, future shapers. We're funding heroes on Meet the Drapers. We're funding heroes, moving and shaking. That's what we do.
All the way around the world. To me, was the beginning. Hey, welcome everybody. We're here for season 5 of Meet the Drapers. Can you believe it? We made it through 5 seasons. This is amazing.
I'm amazed that the audience made it through 5 seasons.
Well, actually, not all of them have. Welcome or welcome back to Meet the Drapers. This season, we're going to bring you entrepreneurs from all over the world, and we're going to bring them right to you. This is a season that really matters. On my right is Bill Draper. Bill Draper ran the Export-Import Bank, was the head of the United Nations Development Program, started Draper Richards Kaplan DRK Foundation. Dad, Bill, Dad, welcome to the show. Welcome back.
Thank you.
And on my left is my sister Polly. Polly is an extraordinary actress, director, producer, writer, and we have a new Draper. This is Eva De Mol, and I hope I pronounced
Almost. Eva De Mol. But actually,
Eva De Mol.
how you pronounce it, in Dutch, it means like Eva the beautiful one. So I
Okay,
can
that's
also
what I
go with
meant.
that.
That was the
I
whole
can
point.
also go with that.
Okay, let's go with that. And Eva is the founding partner at CapitalT and a scientist. CapitalT is an early stage venture capital fund investing in tech companies in Europe. Eva, welcome to Meet the Drapers. And as you know, if you judge on Meet the Drapers, become a Draper. So welcome to the family.
Wow,
Great to
thank
have you here.
Thank you. Very excited to be here.
Eva, why don't we start with you? What are the trends in Europe? What's going on in the venture capital world in Europe?
What we see a lot is climate tech companies. So I think that's definitely a positive thing. With respect to COVID, so we invest in tech companies that are digital first, and a lot of the companies that we invested in actually accelerated with COVID. So good things, and also things that we have to keep working on.
So there you've heard it, you've met our judges. We're very excited about what we're about to see today. Let's bring on the entrepreneurs. But before we do, let's see what's going on behind the scenes.
I love Mondays. I love my job. I love to share my time with all my employees. For me, this company is a challenge because we have a good responsibility to offer real physical sensation. With a lot of passion, everything is possible. If you can imagine, you can do it.
All right, let's listen to our first entrepreneur for season 5, Jose Fuertes from Oh Wow.
Since my childhood, I wanted to be part of the video game. At 47, I have made my dream come true, turning your virtual world into reality. How? Adding the sense of touch. What is OVO? OVO is a patented haptic technology with an international innovation award from the CES. Why? Because we just resolve a technological problem. Current haptic technology in the market only can offer one sensation, so they are based on vibration. Ovo offer real physical sensation. We have our own algorithm, train of pulse, and the possibility to change 9 different parameters of the electrical pulse in your body. The end user has 100% control about the intensity with the Ovo app. So it doesn't matter if you have in the metaverse, in the video game, military training, in a video call, or in a smart city. You can feel hug, free fall, rain, wind, gun recoil.
So your business model is to get other companies who make games, video games, to program your vest, right?
Yes, we have 2 options. We have an SDK, Unity, Unreal, C++, C#, Godot, and all developers can create any app to add the sense of touch. And the other way, we can read events in a real time.
But why do you want to do this?
That's my question too.
Why?
Yeah.
Because in the last century, everyone is focusing on watching and hearing. But what about the sense of touch? If the people want to create virtual world in the metaverse, and you cannot feel anything, it's like you are talking with the avatars. But if someone touched you, or you can feel, you can turn the virtual world into reality. If you can feel, your behavior while you are playing is totally different.
In what way? Like if you got stabbed
For example,
or shot?
if you are shooting in a room and someone is shooting you, the screen will be red, but doesn't matter. But if you feel in your body one bullet, your behavior will be totally different because this is real. Your mind say, oh my God, this is real, you need to change your strategy.
It isn't solenoids that hit, it's electrodes that shock. Is that right?
Electrical pulse in milliseconds. We have train of pulse. It means we have micro sensation, and you can compose all train of pulse.
So, and what does it cost?
The cost will be under 400 euros, $450 US.
Just asking for no good reason, but every sensation feels the same. It
different.
Just feels, oh, they feel
different. This is the key
so
point.
What does
The
a
key
knife
point.
wound feel like?
Yes,
I'm
because
obsessed with the knife wound.
in the market, haptic technology based on vibration only can send you one sensation, but our technology, we can manage in milliseconds each micro sensation. For example, this micro sensation, we have 9 different parameters. Different a dag, or a shot, or a hack. We can manage
Yeah, but
the muscle.
what you're missing is sex.
Yeah,
Okay,
where's
I'm not missing,
you
but
get to feel that yourself,
You need
Dad.
pants. You need pants.
Yeah.
there are an application in Oculus about, and you can feel like everyone is touching you, enjoy with you. Yes, we are exploring this way.
But are you considering creating also a pants that you have like a full suit, or how should I see this?
yes.
Like
The
How
one-
do you do this part is
Yes,
what you're really
we
asking,
have.
right?
We have pain, but we prefer is like an addendum, because if not, we need to increase the price.
$450, and for that, I don't get any sex out of it.
Maybe we can do any.
I think we got to highlight it. How are you going to make money doing this? And how are you going to build the following? And who's
Okay.
going to find you? And
Okay,
how
right
do
now
they
there are
find
2.7 billion video gamers in the world. This is a good industry for retail, and 200 in the United States and 300 million in Europe. In virtual reality, in Oculus, we have more than 25 video game adapted. Also in console, in mobile. And in PC, the people can play LOL, CSGO, Valorant, and Fortnite. You can feel free fall, because we are using a platform, Overwolf, and they have 32 million users. So we are doing an agreement to offer our solution in PC. So it's a good beginning.
Terrific. Well, thank you so much,
Thank you
Jose,
very much.
for being on Meet
It
the
is
Drapers.
It's a pleasure.
All right.
Thank you very
Welcome
much.
to the show.
Thank you.
We will be right back after a quick break. Welcome back to Meet the Drapers.
So what did we all think? Dad, what did you think?
I don't like the name.
Oh, whoa.
Well, oh wow, or how do I pronounce it?
Oh,
It's like a dog barking.
oh. Okay,
Like
go
that.
on.
Anyway, I don't like it. I liked him, and I thought his presentation was excellent. He probably should have had a better demonstration.
You want to try the pants, be honest.
Don't we all? So, Eva, what did you think of this one?
Yeah, I agree. I liked the presentation. I liked him. I think it's a nice guy to work for. But the question I have is, how big can this be, and who is really buying this at such a high price?
It's
Yeah,
a good question. Part of me says, yeah, would I really want to be stabbed and all that? But part of me says, look, what did he say? 2.7 billion gamers
Yeah.
that are all going into this metaverse. Maybe something kind of interesting is happening there. And when you go into the metaverse, it is true, you don't feel, you just see and hear. So maybe this kind of becomes something over time. Polly, what do you think?
Well, to Eva's point, who are the gamers? How wealthy are the gamers? Or do the gamers live so firmly in their metaverse that $450 is nothing for them to spend on the vest that makes them feel? If we're going to be sold on the company, we need to feel it. So honestly, it's hard for me to be sold on it because I'm not a gamer and I'm not a soldier in the war doing simulations. So I would have liked to have been convinced in the way that I could finally see what it was like.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah.
We'll just have to see how the other three do. So let's bring on the next entrepreneur. But before we do, let's see what's going on behind the scenes.
Maybe 4 or 5 years ago, virtual reality was known as just a next generation gaming platform, whereas we're creating technologies for virtual reality for healthcare, virtual reality for education. 4 years ago, investors would have said VR was dead back then. Now they're just so happy about VR. In 2 years, they'll probably say dead again. So a company in this kind of space, we have to just constantly be going through the tornadoes of different trends and different opinions and try to survive through all of it, building and building and building and just surviving. And luckily for us, I think the silver lining of COVID is that it's really made a lot of stubborn organizations and regulatory bodies and governments much more friendly to technologies like virtual reality and what it offers.
All right, let's hear from our next entrepreneur, Amir from Virtuleap. Amir, go ahead, give us your pitch.
Hi everyone, my name is Amir Bozorgzadeh. I am the co-founder and CEO of Virtuleap, a Boost VC Adam Draper backed company that combines the neurosciences with virtual reality in order to improve brain health. And specifically to address the huge impact that cognitive disorders.
We can all use a little of that.
Right?
Yeah, so how soon can you improve our brain health?
Well, our main focus is to address agnostic to all cognitive disorders, but with a special focus on Alzheimer's disease, which dwarfs every other cognitive illness by a huge margin. It's costed the world global economy about $1 trillion just last year. And so ultimately, the plan for companies, the call to action among startups is, can we introduce new technologies that can better profile the cognitive health of individuals? And more importantly, can we introduce new tools that can detect the early onset of cognitive illnesses, not just years, but decades before they ever onset? The problem is that current cognitive assessment tools, they are screen-based, which means they're limited and lacking because they exclude the body. Virtual reality is the first embodied digital format that literally hijacks the human system from head to toe into believing that the experience is real. That means higher quality data, that means higher adherence levels, that means higher engagement levels. But the superpower, I know you guys come across VR companies for the last decade, but the superpower of virtual reality is its volumetric data sets. When you talk about a company like ours that is doing cognitive assessments, then virtual reality is not just higher, better quality data. It means it is combining physical data with the psychological, and they have integrated physiological sensors that have like heart rate variability, pupil dilation. We have algorithms right now in real time calculating whether you're bored as hell, or if you're focused, or if you're stressed out. This is a whole new generation of data. And ultimately what Virtuleap has done is created a library of these VR games designed by our neuroscientists to test and train all the typical cognitive abilities like memory and information processing and problem solving, but also motor control, spatial orientation.
So is there a feedback loop where like the body the body sends off some signals and then the game adjusts to it?
We do have those kind of feedback loops in adjusting. For example, if someone is in a wheelchair, the games will automatically adapt to it. If someone has color blindness, they can accessibility settings change that. The font sizes can change. That's where the feedback loop comes into maximum user comfort and accessibility. So we can address this to older adults or kids, the general population. But by and large, what we're doing is we've already had 39,000 early registered users stress test our games across 4 different languages, crazy demographic differences. We have now basically partners that have 2 clinical studies underway, one in the US, one in Spain, both focused on Alzheimer's disease.
Is it just to test, oh boy, they really are doing badly? Or is it, this can help you be better?
Well, monitoring for cognitive health we're doing right now. The clinical studies will need to show for the science to indicate by peer-reviewed studies whether we do have a therapeutic effect, but we're designed based on the bleeding edge of neuropsychology, and Achille Interactive already proved that the FDA gave breakthrough designation for 1 game. We have 15 games of the same design. So I'm very
where
confident.
are you going with the business? Are you going down the data track or down the therapeutic track?
Absolutely, therapeutics is the North Star, because that's where the real big opportunity is.
However, all 3 of us are extremely interested.
Well, basically, you have these applications like therapeutics, but that's the North Star, and that's where we're going to go, and that's where we are going to go. However, the applications are so agnostic that we've created a system that can be used by private high schools, can be used by children's hospitals, it can be used by anybody. And if you look at the number of partners we have, they're validating us across every use case, from monitoring and data assessment side, using volumetric data sets that you have so many examples of, but therapeutics is where we are headed towards and focused on.
So can we demo this?
I would love for you to stand up.
Okay, here we go.
I'm gonna load you up with Enhance.
Okay, so I'll just hit play.
Yeah, play.
I'm conducting a choir of moles. I've already failed the test.
There's a lot of pressure in this room. The best thing about these games is that everybody is a caricature, overdeveloped in some cognitive
I see. I'm
areas
doing this
at the expense of other cognitive areas. So my wife always laughs at me because I'm lost in any of these European towns where I don't know where the heck north is, even after a week. And she goes, how can you be that, daft?
That's how I am too.
But my memory scores in these games show high, but my spatial orientation are super low. So it reflects the caricature of everyone, which is the educational side.
Interesting.
And so if someone hates a particular game, it's not because they hate the game, it's because it's touching on their Achilles heel of an area in their life they always sway away from. And that's what the culture is always about. It's glorifying the Tiger Woods, overdevelopment of one particular thing at the expense
of other things.
So how do we become more wholesome? How do we use this as a gym for the mind? So.
Okay, I get it. I sort of get it. Here, you can take these.
Thank you, Tim.
Follow me on Twitter. I'm at Tim Draper. If you got a great idea, go ahead and send it to me. And who knows, you might be the next big contestant. We'll be right back after this. So as a part of making Meet the Drapers even more fun than it is, we have instituted a new game. It's called Draper X, and you can download it on the iPhone or on Google Play. You can participate. And so while you watch Meet the Drapers and you see these great entrepreneurs present, you can invest your funny money into those companies. And if your company goes and becomes a semi-finalist, you get 5x on your money. If in the semifinals your company moves up to the finale, you get another 5x on your money. Your company ends up winning, you get another 10x on your money. So we're gonna have a leaderboard, and the winners are gonna get big prizes from Meet the Drapers. I hope you'll download the game. It's called Draper X, and you'll play it with us and be a part of Meet the Drapers.
Welcome back to Meet the Drapers.
Hey, so what did we all think? What did you think, judges? You're all judges out there in audience land. Why don't we go to Eva first? Eva.
I think the challenges that I foresee would be more around legislation, and in terms of looking at the future and FDA approval, how does this scale maybe differently within Europe and the US? So would be curious to see that, but I think there's definitely a huge market here, and he seemed to have like the answers actually, I think, to all of your questions. So I'm impressed.
I think it wouldn't need FDA approval only in that it's not really invasive. It's a test. It's nothing like, oh, this will cure your Alzheimer's. It's more like a test for it, which was disappointing to me that it's at this stage. It's fantastic to be able to test it early. I would love something that was like games that help people who have Alzheimer's improve in their Alzheimer's.
I do think that's in the long-term plan. From what I saw
it sounds like that is his long-term plan. It's just I didn't see how the test.
No, agree.
The leap from the test goes to the studies that help you improve.
He thinks that if you understand all the data that you can then start making the right tweaks.
Yes, exactly.
And I wonder if somebody beats him by just saying, whew, we got the solution.
Yeah, exactly.
And they outmarket.
It would be wonderful if they had this and could move it out to the public. You know, I think it's a start, and I would encourage him to try to get all the help he can get to get it moving and move it out.
What keeps me going is that I know this technology will change the life of so many people. I know that at the end of the day, if we can create digital characters that are lifelike, that we can actually tell them what we want them to do, Didimo's technology can help everyone connect in a very human way, and that keeps me going.
Looking forward to hearing from you, Veronica. Tell us your pitch.
So thank you. So I'm going to tell you my story. I want to help people to reclaim their digital identity. So if we think today within the immersive virtual worlds and what everyone is calling now the metaverse, there is 5 billion consumers digital. But there's one thing that is lacking, which is a really cool, more human interface. So I'm Veronica, I'm the CEO and founder of Didimo, and that's what we come to solve. We create digital humans from just one selfie in 1 minute for less than $2. So creating great avatars usually is extremely expensive, very time-consuming, a very sequential process. Hollywood industry AAA games usually spend about $500,000 on just one avatar. So we wanted to streamline. So what we did is we created an AI-based platform that allows to take the selfie, upload it into the cloud, and automatically get back in one single step a full digital asset. It's completely three-dimensional. I have a demo to show you if we have the time.
Yeah, show it to us.
So we're platform agnostic, so we're a B2B, so we're meant to work with developers and companies that will integrate our technology. I have pretty much preloaded a bunch of selfies that we created. You can have the digital character that you can actually change into any illumination. So we do also computer vision and image processing. We normalize the whole texture, so then the digital character can adapt.
Can you turn him to a profile?
Absolutely. We can do anything. Like profile, it will be like really close. We can put full body. We can change it. This is all 3D, and I'm just manipulating it myself. So, and then we can actually also animate it. So it's already fully rigged. Maybe that one. Anyway, you can do it.
Oh, and it's tied to what you do.
Yeah.
Oh, what fun.
Yeah, so pretty much what we're trying to do is really anyone that needs digital characters, they'll come to us.
How do they usually do it?
So usually it requires like a lot of artists.
This was all done by one selfie.
Yeah, just one selfie.
How much revenue do you have now?
So far we've generated last year $250,000. We have $9 million of investment that we received so far, that it was mostly spent on tech development, building the product, and then hiring the team. So we launched the platform only at the end of last year. So now we're starting our commercial growth.
Who is on your team?
So we're 26 people. So we're very fortunate because now we managed to attract people coming from Industrial Light and Magic, EA, Frame Store. So like big companies we're already managing to attract talent. And all the senior management team has more than 20.
You're the CEO?
Yeah, I'm the CEO.
And
yeah.
how did you come up with this? How did this happen?
I'm a professor at the university, so I had my research lab for many, many years. And also with 25 on and off PhD and master students, and we wanted to automate the character creation process, which is what I'm showing here today. But the idea to create a company is the result of doing a beautiful project with kids for autism to help them improve their communication skills by mimicking and drawing facial expressions on digital characters. And what I learned in 2010 was that we can actually build a new way on how people will connect. And so I saw that I had something really powerful on my hands that not only needed to be used for the game and film industry, it could actually really change how people will connect in the future. So people call me crazy when I started in 2016 because why are you doing avatars? And then now after the pandemic, kind of like the vision starts coming to be a reality.
Don't you see a challenge with all of these avatars that in the end everyone looks the same?
We use a combination of AI, computer graphics, and computer vision. That means that we really want to capture the morphology of the face of the person in order to avoid that everyone looks alike. In fact,
But then if you build the AI, you still have to put in the data, right? So you have to make sure that you don't only put in perfect DNA, something like that?
No, it's using machine learning and deep learning for capturing specific points of the person, not really kind of like using a humongous database like deep learning, right? So yeah. we're really just using the combination. That's why our tech is so unique, because it's the combination of the three spaces that makes you the ability.
But you cannot fool the tech in that sense.
No, you can't. So we still want to get better and better, because our accuracy is still in the 90% accuracy. So in terms of the likeness of the person, so we still have work to do on that space.
Terrific. Well, thank you so much for being on
thank you so much
Drapers.
for the questions and the opportunity.
Veronica. And judges, what did you think of Didimo? Polly, why don't you go first?
Well, I'd really love to see the avatar on one of us, hopefully him, just so I could feel what it would be like to have this really accurate avatar.
I think she could have done a better job on the presentation, and also to your point around, okay, how does it really work? But I do think there's for sure a market for this.
Dad, what did you think?
I think she's got something, but I couldn't quite put my finger on. She couldn't make it clear.
Yeah, here's what I think. First of all, she's got a really interesting consumer product, and she ought to recognize it. I'm sure her 9 and 13-year-old are just crazy about it. They're doing all sorts of things with it. I actually think this does become really important in that metaverse, in the virtual world. I think she needs a CEO, and if she gets a CEO, this could actually be something really great.
Right.
So let's bring on the next entrepreneur. But before we do, let's see what's going on behind the scenes.
What keeps me going is actually the reaction I get from customers and different stakeholders at the customer, from management to the operators. They say, wow, they've never seen this before. It makes them, I need to go back to the drawing board to see how to use augmented reality. I never thought you could do it that way. This is what drives me and my team.
We will be right back after a quick break. Welcome back to Meet the Drapers.
Manuel, give us your pitch.
Hi, my name is Manuel Oliveira. I am the CEO of KitAR, and we're the first groundbreaking industrial augmented reality solution that helps manufacturing companies accelerate the digital transformation of their shop floor, focusing on human workers. In essence, we solve the problem of the missing bolt. Now, this doesn't seem like much, But if you're on a plane and one is missing, the next thing you know is that your window might be falling 31,000 feet to the ground. To address these disasters, big and small, we decided to combine man and machine to address the cost of poor quality. Welcome to the future of manufacturing, where you have no more missing bolts and you increase sustainability. Now, the manufacturing value in the market is around 35 trillion US dollars. And it's unbelievable that manufacturing companies lose between 5 to 40% of their revenue dealing with the cost of poor quality. We have a solution. We have an enterprise software platform that combines augmented reality with artificial intelligence and process mining to enhance the worker to do things right the first time, every time. Now, we have 4 different components working together. The first is to create context-rich instruction sets. Then the second is to deliver these instructions at the point of need. Third is we do the automated verification of what the worker did was done right. And fourth, and final one, we provide insights on how to do better next time. We're currently working with big names in the aeronautics and automotive sector. Our business model is proven effective. We have secured our first recurring customer, big brand name in the automotive sector, and we're closing our seed round that will allow us to grow the team and go aggressively into the marketplace. And we plan to expand into the US market next year. And we welcome anybody that wants to join us in this journey of transforming the shop floor.
Do you have revenues?
Yes, we do have revenues.
What are your revenues?
Revenues, last year it was 300,000. In revenues this year, close to 500, 600. And the main target that we're doing is when we're raising this seed fund is next year hitting the 1 million ARR.
So how big is your seed round?
It's 2 million.
And what are the key focus areas where you're going to invest the money in?
This is enterprise software, so going into manufacturing, so there's things to work on the platform. It's the growth of the team and set up the sales team, because right now it's myself and the CMO doing the sales.
Do you have to tailor your application for each customer, or is it just a generic thing and then they program it and they do it themselves?
That is a very good question. So our vision is to get to a full SaaS model, enterprise SaaS model, where it will be like that. What we need to do now in between is we're focusing it on what we call a process template. Within a certain process, family of process of doing certain things, there's certain things that are common across the board and across different customers, and those are the ones that we develop.
Everybody wants quality control.
Yes.
Everybody. So they check their own product for quality control. What do you do differently?
In manufacturing, you have quality gates, which are certain points where you automate it, you have cameras and so on.
Sure.
Basically, making it in a simple way, we're providing a quality gate on the head of the operator that evaluates the quality of their work while they're doing it.
Terrific. Well, Manuel, thank you so much for being a part of this.
Thank you for inviting me.
Being on Meet the Drapers.
Thank you.
We would love to hear what all of you thought of KitAR. Since we're the judges here on film, we might as well hear from us. So, Dad, what did you think of KitAR?
I like the entrepreneur, and I always weight that very heavily in my judgment. I think he told his story well, and I think he brought me along. I have some questions about whether it's all going to work, but I'm willing to go the next step.
Eva, how about you?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think this is a very empathic founder. I think he knows what he's talking about. I am really interested in the business. This is a big market. At the same time, that also imposes a challenge. For example, we didn't get to speak about go-to-market. So how do people find him?
I'm a little concerned that maybe he's got one of the luxury automobile companies, but Tesla would never use this because they're just using robots. Let's now talk about the various companies that we've just seen today. OWO, the haptic system for VR, where you go around and you get hit and punched and stabbed, but all without hurting yourself. Virtuleap, the company that's gonna fix Alzheimer's, but they're starting with data and they're doing it in a very exciting VR way. Didimo, who's allowing us to just take a quick selfie and then have an avatar, which might end up being a great consumer product, and KitAR, which is our company that is making the industrial system have better quality. Well, let's bring on the entrepreneurs and we'll see what the crystal ball has in store. So here are the entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs, this was the best session we've seen so far. We are really excited by all 4 of you, but as you know, we can only choose one. And that one will move on to the semifinals. So we're very excited about what we saw here. I'll start with KitAR. KitAR, I thought you know your business. You know what you're doing. You're going after, you've got real customers, you got a real business. It is very exciting, but you're selling into the toughest industry in the world, which is the industrial world. Next, we've got Didimo, Veronica. Veronica, I think you're going after something really exciting, and I think as a consumer product, this thing could just take off. The world wants to go virtual. They want to be able to take a quick selfie and then have the whole, be three-dimensional and look whatever way they want to look. I think you're onto something. I think, though, that you are a professor. You have blown through $9 million and have not yet really built a customer base. And we are very concerned about that. We think that you need to hire a CEO. We think you need a partner, whether it's CEO, COO, or president. You need to hire a partner. And eventually this thing could end up being really big, and we think it's a consumer product. We think your 9 and 13-year-old are correct. Virtuleap, this is really interesting. Alzheimer's is a huge problem. I had a lot of trouble in the VR myself. Really like your energy. You're clearly one of the great boost cockroaches. We think that you are going to make something very successful. The concerns are that maybe this is too much science and not enough business, and you're getting so deep into the data that you'll never really solve the problem. Those are our concerns. On the upside, hey, you could solve Alzheimer's, or you could delay it, or you could do something great for mental health, and that is a very powerful thing. Ooh, whoa. We thought this was really interesting, although some of us were wondering if people really are going to get into the haptic world. We thought you understood it well, you knew you were a gamer, you knew that you wanted to feel it. You all have this amazing potential, and we're trying to figure out which way to go, so we got to go to the crystal ball. Whoa! The crystal ball is having real struggles here. This could go any number of ways, and beware that we are only choosing one of you, but the crystal ball is very fuzzy right now. But it's also sending vibes that are saying, it may be that we'll want to pull up 2 of you at one point, but the crystal ball is saying, oh no, it's Owo! Owo moves forward. Congratulations. And we wish you the best, and it's very possible that any of the other 3 of you could also move forward. But Owo, you are definitely moving on to the semifinal. Congratulations. You're still on Meet the Drapers.
Thank you very much.
And thank all 3 of you. You really did an outstanding job, and I think there's a lot of potential here. Thank you for all being a part of Meet the Drapers!